For those of you who follows the history of this nation, you remember very well that the church was part and parcel of the installation of William Samoei Ruto as the fifth president of the Republic of Kenya. Remember when he was going at the Bomas of Kenya, he was led by none other than the Anglican Archbishop Sapit, and he led the prayers. He prayed for the nation, and he prayed for the president, and he prayed for peace. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are joining this channel for the first time, this is Righteous Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Kindly feel free to interact with us. Today, the same church is silent. The church is mute. The church is not saying anything about poor or bad governance. Because when you look at this country, there are so many things that are happening, so many bad things that are happening, from tribalism to cryptocracy to theft and all kind of things, corruption, and name it. So in this video, I want us to look at why the Church of Christ is mute. The church has decided to use a different approach. Hapo beleni tulikuwa tumeona wakiwa wameshaanza kuzungumza, wameshaanza kuonyesha makosa ambayo serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. But now when you look at the church today, it has taken a different approach. There was a time we saw the Catholic bishops coming together, calling the government to behave, asking the government to lower the cost of living. Again, we saw the Protestant churches wakija pamoja, viongozi wakiwa pamoja, and they really talked tough. But today, it is not the case. So, in this video, let's try to see why the church has changed the strategy and decided to go mute. The first thing in my view, as I said, is that when you look at William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, he portrays himself as a Christian. He portrays himself as a prayerful man. Many times you have seen him leading prayers before the cabinet meeting starts. We have seen him reading prayers even after the cabinet meeting, and we have seen him even praying for the soldiers. We have seen him praying many times in public. So the fact that they see him as one of their own, they have to go slow. They always sympathize with him, kwa sababu wanaona kama ni Mkristo mwenzao, wanaona hivyo. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think William Samoei Ruto is part of the church? Do you think the church is being lenient to William Samoei Ruto because he's a prayerful man, or because there is a feeling that he is one of them? The second reason, in my view, is that there is this issue of the tithe. The government is a tither, and this means that the government brings a lot of money in church. That's a fact. You see, more than any other institution, unaona viongozi serikalini pale, every Sunday you find the members of the cabinet, you find members of the government, you find people, very senior government officials, trooping to the altar, trooping to the house of God to take their tithe. And they go there with big money. They are good tithers. And this money ends in the bishop's pocket. This money ends in the priest's pocket. This money ends in the church. And even if there are constructions, the bishops, the church, the leaders of the church benefits a lot. So there's no way that they can fight the hands, or they can beat the hand that is feeding them. Kwa sababu ukiangalia vizuri sana utaona kwamba kutokana na kule kutaka lile fungu la 10, the offerings, the tithe, name it, development money, the government is a big tither. It gives a lot of money to the church. So the church is not even comfortable. Even when they were trying to be actually criticizing the government, it was not coming from their heart. The church was not genuine, if you ask me. Again, there is also the issue of fear. Wanaogopa serikali. In fact, William Samoei Ruto is more feared than respected by many Kenyans. Ukizungumza na watu wengi utaona kwamba watu wengi wanamuogopa. I don't know why they fear William Samoei Ruto. I don't know, but there must be reasons why they fear him. So the Church of Christ wanaogopa sana, na ndio unaona kupata watu kama Alexander Muge, watu kama Bishop Getari, watu kama hao ni nadra sana kuwaona, ni nadra sana kuwasikia, ni nadra sana kukutana na wao. They cannot be able to face William Samoei Ruto like kina Muge waliweza kukabiliana na Daniel Toroitich arap Moi when they were fighting for multipartyism. So the fact that they fear the government, the fact that they fear William Samoei Ruto is something that is making them to change strategy, kwa sababu unakumbuka vizuri sana wakati ambapo walianza kuzungumza, members of the cabinet started criticizing the church and they were telling that they were not honest, they were telling that they were not genuine, so whatever they were doing was wrong. So the fact that they fear the government, the fact that they fear members of the cabinet and the president and the politicians, especially those in Kenya Kwanza, means that they can only keep quiet because of fear. Again, these guys have their stomachs full. You cannot tell me that the bishops are hungry. Ni mabishop wangapi, ni maaskofu wangapi katika makanisa yetu ambao tumeona ya kwamba ni watu ambao wamekula. Haya jamaa wamekula jameni. We look at them and we have seen some of them even going to State House, and when they are leaving State House they leave carrying brown envelopes. And what is inside those envelopes? Usiniambie ni kadi, usiniambie ni kadi za sadaka, usiniambie ni kadi za maombi, usiniambie ni nini. So in State House you can only come out with the money. So when they are coming out in State House with brown envelopes, it means that they have their stomachs are full. Na najua sasa Waswahili wanasema mwenye shibe hamjui mwenye njaa. Na sasa watu kwa sababu wameshiba hawajui ya kwamba mama boga analia. Kwa sababu watu wameshiba hawajui ya kwamba mtu mkokoteni analia. So the fact that they are not hungry, the fact that they are very rich. By the way, some of the bishops, some of the church leaders owns this church, literally owns this church. In fact, they are private entities. That's why you find in many churches utapata kwamba kwa sababu kanisa imechukuliwa kama biashara, siku hizi inachukuliwa kama biashara, so they cannot try to talk against the government because kwa sababu wengine wako na shule, wengine wako na mahospitali, wengine wako na taasisi mbalimbali, even universities. They need licenses, they need some backing of the government. So when they start fighting the government, they know that it may not end well, and they are one who are going to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, there's also this issue of lacking moral authority. Do you think the church has moral authority today to criticize the government? How many church leaders have been accused of so many things? How many of them have been involved even in corruption? Wengine pia kuiba hata mali. Wengine utapata kuna wakati ambapo unasikia wanaiba hata sadaka wenyewe, wengine mashaba, wengine their moral authority. Some have been found in compromising situations, others dying in lodgings. So the church, the modern church, has no moral authority. You know, the church is supposed to be the custodian of our morals. The fact that they don't have integrity, the fact that they have been found in very compromising situations, the fact that they've been found in places that you can question. Some of them have even been seen coming from areas that what happens in those houses are dirty things. The dirty activities goes on in those houses. Na wengine wamewahi kuonekana wakiwa pale, wengine wamehusishwa na mambo fulani fulani. Na the fact that they installed this government also make things worse for them. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but from where I sit, the church has decided to change the approach, not like the way they decided to attack the government. And now the church is mute, and now the church is not talking, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And maybe you can let us know through the comment section. Till next time, this is Cassius Comment TV, the Talisman Black Africa, and have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.